Hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness, it is so good to be back here live with you guys for the Cancer Coach Talks. My name is Leslie Nance, and I am the Cancer Coach, by the way, and I'm super excited to be here live with you this evening. It has been a couple of weeks, I think, since I've been here. One circumstantial, well, actually, both things circumstantial. One needed to get a new client started last week, so couldn't be here. And the weekend before that, I can't remember. I might have just been too darn busy and I couldn't got here. So at least hopefully you guys caught the recorded version of the Cancer Coach Talks last week. If not, just click on the video section of this page and you will be able to see that. Hello, Jennifer. It's good to see you. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to make a noise with my microphone because I totally forgot to move it over. I put it down here so it's not like this. Move that back over here. Tonight, we're going to be talking about shifting out of life threatening and into life changing. And there's a very big distinction there in the mindset. And I'm going to share with you what my clients know about making that leap and making that change in their life. But before we do that, let me introduce myself. My name is Leslie Nance. I am the Cancer Coach. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist, a certified holistic cancer coach, and a 7.5-year breast cancer survivor. Yes. I come here on Tuesday nights, really sharing what I know about the body's capability of healing, especially healing through the mindset. I do work with my clients one-on-one through nutrition. I do not share a lot of nutrition here because I do feel without the proper guidance and a little bit of hand-holding in that area that it's just like a big fat Band-Aid on cancer, and everybody's different and everybody's needs are different nutritionally. And so I do not share a lot of nutrition information on here, but I do share some mindset techniques and tips and tricks to really put you in a space of understanding that the body is designed for healing. Say it with me right now. My body is designed for healing. Did you say it? You were designed that way. You were not put here to be sick. You were put here to heal your body. Your body is designed for that work. And so tonight, I'm going to give you some of my best tips on moving from life-threatening to life-changing. So it already is recording. Thank you, Anne, though. Hi, Anne. Hi, Anne-Marie. Hi, Yvette. Hi, Jennifer. Thank you guys so much for joining in. For everybody else that's here, unless you leave me a comment, I can only see a number. I can't see who you are. So hopefully you'll feel like saying hello, and that would be awesome. Okay, so let's jump in. I think that for a lot of people, when they get a cancer diagnosis, hey, Roger, it's good to see you. When they get a cancer diagnosis, they really feel like that something, and in particular, cancer is threatening in their life. And sometimes it's the cancer itself. Sometimes it's the treatment path to fix the problem. Hi, Dolly. Thank you so much for being here. You're very welcome. But sometimes it's the cancer itself, and sometimes it's the treatment path to heal the cancer. Sometimes you think you're going to drive yourself crazy, that you're going to cause your own problems because diagnoses are such a significant event in our lives. And so there are a lot of things that swirl around. So we feel like that instantly when we hear the word cancer, that we get this life-threatening situation. And so my job as a cancer coach is to help my clients disrupt that thought process and to disrupt that train of thought that says that they're not capable of healing or that this is life-threatening, and really evolve it into something that is life-changing. Because I will tell you, I know from personal experience that if you allow it, cancer can be your biggest, best teacher ever. And it can change your life in a way that can become something so phenomenal. I am evidence of that. And so on purpose that you never dreamed in all your wildest dreams and all the wildest thought processes that it would be possible. Cancer gives you that perspective. So we must disrupt these kinds of thoughts and see if any of these things that I'm about to read off resonate with you. And I'm just going to read them because I jotted them down today. I'm just going to read them to you. Hi, Francis. It's good to see you. How about this? My doctor says my cancer is aggressive. And I can't unhear those words. I can't not see his face or his expression or hear him say, your cancer is aggressive, right? And it becomes very life-threatening in that moment. We feel like our very existence is being threatened. How about, I feel like cancer is everywhere in my body. I feel like it's taking over. It feels hopeless. How many of you have experienced that? Hello? Like, totes experienced that. My husband thinks it's funny when I say totes. He's like, you're not 25. I'm like, I don't care. I'm still saying totes. It's probably really like a stupid old person thing to say nowadays. I was probably hip like 5 years ago. Now I still say it, right? I feel like cancer is everywhere and it feels hopeless. Is that you? Does that resonate with you? Right? Yvette, Roger, both. Yeah. Yes. Me. How about, I am so sick of being a cancer patient. I am so sick of being sick and tired. Right? It's a life-threatening. At the very least, it's threatening your way of life. Maybe if it's not threatening your literal life, it's threatening your way of life. Yep. Lots of you. Yep. Lots of yips up in here. How about this? My doctor is such a downer. I'm having a hard time trusting them. How many of you have been to a doctor and they're like, this doesn't look good. And the prognosis is not, it's not a positive one. Or we have our work cut out for us. Or, your cancer is not curable. Could be survivable for a little while, but it's not curable. You feel like you lose trust in the process. You feel like you lose trust. It feels very life-threatening, right? To hear doctors' words like that. They're so powerful. I love it, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie is one of my my legacy members, and she's been through coaching and mentorship, and she says they were till I fired them. That's what I'm talking about. Right? Francis is saying she switched doctors because of that. Roger's saying he has a great team that's upbeat and positive. I love that. Good for you, Roger. Not everybody has that luxury, that's for sure. Right? How about this? I just want this to be over and I want to get my normal life back. That was me. That was me in spades. I just wanted cancer to be over so badly. And I just wanted my life to just go back to the way that it was before cancer. But what I didn't know, actually, some of you have heard me say this, but I think it's worthy of repeating because some of you may be new to me and this may be the first time you've ever heard me say this, or anyway, it's worth saying. So, but the day that I found the lump, the morning that I found the lump in my breast, my husband and I were in an intimate situation. And I'm not wearing it tonight, but I have this big long necklace that has a guitar pick. It's a sterling silver guitar pick on the end of it. And it's got a Rolling Stones tongue on it because we're a huge Rolling Stones fan. And I used to sleep in that necklace, and we were in an intimate situation, and I had rolled over on my side, and I thought that guitar pick had swung over and gotten underneath. And I'm pointing to my left breast, by the way. I know it looks like my right, but it's my left. And so, and I thought it had gotten like wedged up against my breast, and I was like, what is that? And I reached over to feel it, and I felt the lump, and everything came to a full stop. And I was like, stop, like, oh my gosh, what is this? And my husband, who is an amazing human being and the most cherished part of my life, quite frankly, he said, He felt it and he was like, I'm sure it's nothing, but we'll go to the doctor as soon as possible and find out. And I was like, you think I need a doctor? Then I really lost my shit. And and I said to him in that moment, I said, if this is what I think it is, because I pretty much knew what it was. It just had a gut reaction. And I said to him, I said, if this is what I think it is, this is going to change our lives forever. And what I meant in the moment is that it was going to change our lives for bad. I was thinking possibly I was going to lose my life because of it. But what I didn't know in that very powerful statement, in that surrendering moment that I had, thinking that it was something negative and something crappy that was going to happen to me, what I didn't know is that it was going to be the most profound, amazing journey of my life. Was it easy? No. Did it suck? Yes. Would I do it again? Yeah, probably. Because had that teacher not come, had that teacher, that little lump in my breast, that teacher, had it not come to me, I wouldn't be here with you this evening. I'd be doing something completely different. I wouldn't be sharing what I know about the body's ability to heal, what I made happen in my own body, what you can make happen in your body. You wouldn't be listening to me right now because I wouldn't be here doing this. I couldn't have imagined 8 years ago that I'd be sitting on a computer live in front of an audience talking about cancer, because cancer was my biggest fear. And people who had cancer, I avoided like the plague because it scared me so bad. I didn't want to hear their stories. I didn't want to know. I turned a blind eye to it, thinking that would never possibly ever happen to me. We have no cancer in our family. And then it shows up in my life. And I needed it to show up. I needed it to show up and teach me something about myself that I would have never known otherwise. And what if that is you? What if that little lump, that little cell, that little group of cells in your body becomes your biggest and best teacher? What if you shift? I shifted out of something that felt life-threatening into something that was life-changing in an amazing way, in a profound way. Sorry about that. My texts are going off. Right? Yeah. So if any of those things are you, life-threatening, my doctor says it's aggressive and I can't unhear the words. I feel like cancer is everywhere and it feels hopeless. I'm so sick of being a cancer patient. My doctor is such a downer. I'm having a hard time trusting them. I want it to be over and I want my normal life back. I mourned my normal life like a crazy person. For 2 months, I mourned my life. I mourned what I thought I had lost forever. Hindsight being 2020, I wouldn't have given it 2 cents of a thought. Of course, we don't have 2020 hindsight, so we get to live those experiences. What if this is you? What if your cancer has come here to teach you something? I see somebody said that's a gift I'd like to give back. I understand, but what if cancer has something else to give you besides the cancer? What if you missed out on a massive life lesson? I would never take my cancer back. It was terrible. It was a terrible time in my life. I would never take it back. The years that followed that I spent looking over my shoulder, thinking it was going to return, 70% reoccurrence rate. That's me. It's been 7.5 years. My cancer ain't coming back. I've stopped looking for it. It's gone. But it's because I changed the situation from life-threatening to life-changing. I'm not supposed to be here right now. My doctors told me it'll be back in a year. It'll be all over your body. There won't be anything we can do about it. Your 5-year survival rate is in the toilet, essentially. In some ways, I really felt like cancer was holding a gun to my head. And I was just waiting for it to pull the trigger, if or when it was going to pull the trigger, and it was going to take my life. It was going to rob me of everything that I held dear in my life. And I will tell you that living with a gun to your head is no way to live at all. There's no living in that situation. What if you had an opportunity to go from life-threatening to life-changing? Would you take it? Would you do the work? Would you invest in that process? And when I say invest, I don't mean just financially. Everybody thinks about investment financially. You're going to have to invest some money financially if you want to look for a path to healing. That's a given. Would you take that opportunity? Would you lean into that work? Would you invest your time? Would you invest your energy? Would you invest your faith and your trust and your body's ability to heal itself? I'm not talking about ditching your medical, practices, your chemo and I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about kissing all your doctor's butts and saying, bye, see ya, I'm done. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what you can control, what you can do inside of you to change the landscape of what is happening to you, to go from life-threatening to life-changing. Would you do that work? Would you take that opportunity? Are you too far caught up in the idea that cancer has come here to destroy, that you're not even open to those ideas? You're probably not if you're here listening to me, because if you listen like 30 seconds, you'd be like, loony, bye. Here are 3 things that you can do right now to make that shift, to start that process. Number one, ignite your healthy cellular activity with nutrition. Now, there are a lot of people out there that would really love you to believe that you can starve cancer, that you can cut certain food groups out of your diet and miraculously heal, that you can fill your body with so many nutrients and supplementations and all those things that it's miraculously going to find its way to cure cancer. Unfortunately, what happens is that creates an imbalance in the body. You already have an imbalance in the body. You have cancer. That's the imbalance. So creating more of an imbalance, especially holistically, is counterintuitive to that healing that you're looking for. So instead of trying to kill cancer cells with nutrition, let your medical community focus their attention on that process. Chemotherapy, radiation, surgery, immunotherapy, hormone therapies, all of these therapies that they have out there now are designed to target and kill cancer cells. Let them do their work. I have so many people that come to me that are doing like chemotherapy and then they're spending all this time in detox. And I'm like, well, then stop doing the chemotherapy, because you're just detoxing it all back out of your body. You're not even giving it an opportunity to work. You have to find a balance in there. Now, cancer treatments do create an imbalance in the body. So we have to work holistically meaning from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, your whole body and everything in between. We have to work holistically to create balance in the body so that we ignite your healthy cellular activity. Basically, so that we teach your cells how to fight off cancer cells. Now, this works really well sitting alongside conventional medical treatments. It works really well in after you're in remission to create an environment of prevention. So once the cancer's gone, but we have to ignite that healthy cellular activity. Stop focusing on trying to naturally cure your body with creating an imbalance holistically. That means you're only focusing on one thing. And typically it's trying to kill cancer cells when you need to focus on the entire body. So that's number one. Empower your medical treatments with nutrition, boosting healthy cellular activity, right? Boosting or igniting. I like the word ignite because it's really kind of what happens. Giving your body enough energy to create the healing momentum that it needs through the food that you take in. Number two, dump the mindset of anger, doubt, fear, and suspicion. Suspicion's a huge one. Oh my gosh, there are so big organizations out there that are like, oh, the medical community is just trying to keep you sick. They just want to give you more drugs and trying to keep you sick. Look I work with a lot of oncologists, and there is not one of them out there that is trying to keep their patients sick. Yes, they're doctors. Yes, they make money. Yes, they spent years upon years upon years in school with massive medical debt, tuition. What am I trying to say? Student loan debt to get where they are to be doctors. They did the work. They're there to serve you. They're not there to harm you. Suspicion is huge and it is deadly. Suspicion will kill you faster than the cancer will. It'll keep you from healing. That's Penny Lane. She's getting ready to go play ball and she's very excited. If you are living in suspicion, and I'm not talking about this doesn't feel right? I was just on the phone with somebody today who said, I was doing this chemo and I could feel the cancer growing and I had to quit. The chemo wasn't working and I knew it wasn't. And sure enough, she had scans and she was right. It was not working. I'm not talking about losing your intuition, your sixth sense. I'm talking about stop with the conspiracy theories. Stop with all the suspicion. If you suspect that your doctor is trying to kill you, then get a new doctor. Anger, doubt, fear. You must dump these mindsets. If you want to heal, you got to get out of it. Or you can do something else. You can take action. You can let it power you. You can let it empower you to get to the next level in your healing. You can use anger and fear as a tool to move you forward. But fear and anger and doubt and suspicion without action is just going to keep you sick. You're not going to heal. You can't do it. We are designed for healing, but when you put all of these little blocks in front of it, you are blocking those pathways every step of the way. You must unblock that. Number 3, you must begin to organize your thoughts and your feelings about how to heal. Working on purpose, working in a mindful state, finding out why cancer has come to you. You must begin to get that clarity. Without that clarity, you're just going to spin around. You're going to chase your tail all the time. You're going to be constantly chasing your tail. You're going to be in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. I'm feeling great. I'm not feeling great. Oh, I'm totally going to kick the thing's butt. And then you get a scan that's not great. And you're like, oh, boo. I'm going to die. I'm pretty sure I'm going to die. And then you change your treatment and then you get a good scan. And then, and it's this constantly. You must organize your thoughts and your feelings and your actions around how you are going to heal. You need to get clear on this information. All of my clients, every single one of them that are here tonight, have been through that process. I take each client one by one through that process personally to get clarity on why they're healing, what they're going to use to heal, why, excuse me, I already said that, why they're healing, what they're going to use to heal. I just almost flipped you guys off. I apologize. What they're going to do when they get there. What does your healed life look like? What is the normal that cancer creates in your life? I have stage 4 clients that have been going through this for years and years and years. And once they get clear on how and why, what they're going to do when they do heal, maybe some lessons that they've learned along the way, and they start organizing that information in their brain, and they get really, really on purpose about healing, boom. Some of them are here tonight. Cancer is life-changing. It's life-changing for you. It's life-changing for the people around you. Cancer is life-changing. But it's up to you how you let it change your life. It can be the worst thing that ever happened to you, or it can be the best thing that ever happened to you. And believe it or not, the choice is yours. You get to make that choice. And if you're thinking, oh, no, I don't. No, I don't. It's because you do not have clarity. You are operating either in anger, doubt, suspicion, or fear. And you have not empowered your body nutritionally to teach it how to fight cancer, empowering those healthy cells. Those are the top 3 things that I would recommend to anyone that they do in their life if they're dealing with cancer. Cancer is life-changing, but it's up to you. If you're out of control in any way whatsoever, you're going to feel like all of that is impossible. I did. I understand. I get it. I know what you're going through. I know when the big bad wolf starts to blow your house down, what it feels like. I understand. But it's your choice how it changes your life. It does not control you. You control it. And if it's the other way around and cancer's bossing you around and you're not the boss of it, then it's going to feel awful and it's going to feel miserable and it's going to feel life-threatening. But if instead you are the boss and you're running the show and it's not, then it's going to be life-changing. I'm not here to say it's going to be a picnic. I'm not here to say it's going to be easy. I'm just here to tell you that it's possible. And I'm living proof. And so are about 10 other people in this room right now. There you go. If you are looking for this kind of help, if you're looking for that support through nutrition, if you're looking through that support, how do I ditch these mindsets? If you're looking for the support, how do I get clear? Then I'm your girl. I will leave a link in the comments. And if you are ready, then you're welcome to book a call with me. We can talk about what kind of cancer you have, what's working, what's not working, and if I can help you. And if I will, I'm going to give you that information about how that will happen. And if I can't, I'm going to give you all the resources I know to help you get the help that you need. All right. There's a lot of comments. And so I'm going to go read some of them. You guys take a moment, type in your questions. I'm going to go back and read through those as well, but I'm going to go back and read through, like, you guys had a lot to say tonight. I was watching it. I was like trying not to look. It was very difficult. I was like, I want to look, but I was resisting so I could stay on topic tonight. So I'm going to go read some of those comments. You guys come in and ask your questions. So, all right. So here we go. I know there was a lot of yeses at first. Right. Okay. Here's one. Let's skip this one. Hold on. Oops. Oh. Sorry, guys. Oh my gosh, there are tons of comments. I thought I had them. I thought I had it in the right place and I didn't. So let me just scroll all the way back. It'll be easier for me to scroll all the way back up and then come back down. So let's see here. Yep. 200%. I love it. Yeah. Thank you, Dolly, for sharing. Carol's saying I'd like to return. Hi, Janice. Hi, Janice. I love you. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Yvette, for being here. I see you. I see what you've written here. Thank you. Okay. Okay, I'm just getting to questions. I'm just reading the comments. You guys bear with me. Oh, I love this. You're exactly right, Paulette. Chemo does not heal. It's just a treatment. It is. You're right. You need to work on healing the entire body. That's why I do what I do, is to help heal the body. But chemo is effective at killing cancer cells. What we need to do is help protect your healthy cellular activity so that it doesn't kill a whole bunch of those off in the process as well. So trying to keep those as healthy and resistant as possible while allowing the chemo to do its work to kill off the weak, deformed cancer cells that are in the body. Okay, so here's a question by Carol. How do you stop the fear every time you get pain until it goes away that the cancer is spreading? Man, Carol, like this is the $1 million question because 7.5 years later, if I have a pain that lasts for more than a couple of weeks, like from an injury or something like that, I still get that twinge of like, what is that? Like, what's happening? Why do I have that? Right. And so I have just taken up swimming as part of my exercise, and this is like now, like in the past couple of months, I've taken up as soon as my pool got warm enough. We just moved to Texas, and this is my first time having a pool again in a very long time. The pool just got warm enough for me to actually do laps in the morning, so I've been doing that, and this is just the example I have right now. And I have some tension in my left shoulder. Unknown, actually. Probably there's no, I've had it like scanned because it made me nervous, but and it pops. It has this like real big like popping noise in it, and it just didn't feel right. And so when I started swimming, that actually kept getting worse and worse and worse. And so I let it go on for a couple of weeks and really tried to baby it and be really careful with it swimming, and let it go on for a couple of weeks. And finally, I contacted a chiropractor and said, hey, can you have a look at my shoulder? And he did. He was like, oh my goodness, you're like so out of place. And I actually wasn't out of place in my shoulder. It was actually this large, I can't remember what it's called, tendon that is right here, was just kind of wrapped around a different place. And so he did some work, a couple sessions, and it was fixed. But having said all of that, even though I'm swimming, and even though I'm probably aggravating an old, whatever this is, injury or how I sleep or whatever, I still have like that, like, what if that's cancer? What if I have cancers in my bone? What if it's, what if there's a lymph node up here somewhere that's like, jacked up, and I was feeling in my armpit because it was on the left side, and blah, blah, blah. Here's the deal. We cannot change the fear. We cannot remove the stress. It is always going to be there. You're always going to have that emotion because you had something traumatic happen to you, like cancer. But what we can change is our reaction to that. Now, 5 years ago, that would have spun me out of control. I would have been convinced, even though swimming caused the problem again, I would have been convinced that it was cancer. In fact, I had something similar happen in my jaw and neck. I had TMJ, and I never had it before. And I was pretty much convinced that it was cancer this was many years ago. This was like 7 years ago that it had metastasis in my jaw, but it was because I had been so tense for so many months that I had created this tension in my jaw area. And I went to my chiropractor and he's like, are you kidding me right now? This is like, Leslie, it's not cancer. You have TMJ. He sent me to a massage therapist. Like 4 sessions later, it was done. So that spun me out of control. I was ready to go get MRIs and CTs and try to figure out what was going on. And I was a mess. I was really convinced that something was seriously wrong. So I can't change what happened to me. I can't change the trauma that happened to me that creates that image that something is wrong, like cancer has come back in the body. What I can do is I can control my emotions around it. So when my shoulder started hurting, I didn't panic. I was just like, that's curious. That's weird, and I had thought, of course I did. I hope that's not like bone mets or something like that. I had the thought, of course, but I didn't let it consume me like I did with my jaw. I couldn't even sleep and it created more stress, which is like a vicious circle that I had created. But I changed my reaction. I teach this through with my clients. I call it emotional mastery. And it's an exercise that I give my clients to teach them how to master those emotions and change the response system to the stress. If you can't change the stress, then you must change. Right? So if we can't change the stress, then we must change how we react to the stress. Right? So that was a long answer to very simple. Well, actually, no, that's a very difficult question. Thank you for challenging me tonight. Hi, Nancy. It's good to see you. Right? Yeah. Kathy is saying that's where I'm at this moment. I totally get it. I totally get it. Right? Yes. So Paulette is saying doctors are trained one way, Western medicine. They aren't willing to incorporate alternative therapies. I would say I disagree with that a little bit. I work with many oncologists across the country. I think the last count was like 75. That's a lot for holistic practitioner, especially for what I do. They're very open to the idea of incorporating holistic medicine, not even medicine, but holistic practices. Diet, mindset, to sit alongside their medical treatments. I think the old ways are slowly falling away, and the new ways the wisdoms are, focusing on the whole host, not just the cancer. But doctors are technicians. And I use this analogy all the time. Forgive me if you've heard it before. I use some of my analogies a lot, but they're very effective. So until I come up with a new one, you'll have to listen to the old one. But doctors are like technicians in the way that if you took your car to a mechanic and you were just getting an oil change and he put your car up on the rack to do the oil change, if he saw a nail in your tire, he probably is not going, he may say, hey, you have a nail in your tire, but he's not willing to fix it. He's going to send you somewhere else to fix it. And doctors are very much that way. They're very task oriented on the thing that they're there to fix, which is cancer. And so they use what they have accessible to them. So this is the suspicion, though. This is where the suspicion loop starts to, and I'm not pointing fingers, by the way, but this is where the suspicion loop starts a lot, is that we begin to hear more and more people talk about it, and we get more and more suspicious of a system that a lot of people are healing through. I have a lot of clients that are using medical practices to heal. I have a lot of clients that are using alternative medicine to heal. I have a lot of clients that have said, screw it all, and are using diet and mindset to heal. And so it's not about is there one way or another to do it? It's about getting clear on what is right for you. But from this question or this statement, I just to put it out there that doctors are technicians. They are there to solve the problem that they were hired to solve. And sometimes they can, and sometimes they can't. So yes. Okay, let's see. What else we got here? I love it. I love it. Oh, okay. Hold on. Still going. Sorry, it's like changing. Like It's like every time I scroll down, it's changing again, and I can't stay on the question. It's just the format that I'm live streaming from. So yeah. I love this, Carol. That's awesome. Carol's got little machetes. That's fantastic. I love it. Thank you, Anne. I'm so glad that you're here tonight. Thank you for being here. It was amazing to get to talk to you today again. Oh, thank you, Dolly. That's very sweet. Thank you. You guys are so awesome. You uplift me and fill my heart so much. Thank you. A to the men, right there, Paulette. A to the men. It is so confusing. And that's why this whole clarity thing in the mindset has become such a big freaking deal, because people are so unclear about what they need to heal. It's like somebody's dropped a bomb and everybody's trying to pick up the pieces that matter most to them. And it's so difficult to know who to trust. So the important thing is that you find somebody that you trust and you lean fully into their wisdom, right? Just like you would do with your doctors or with anybody that's caring for you. You find somebody that their methods make sense and you lean fully into their wisdom. And stop the confusion. Stop all the running around. Who's doing this? What's that happen? No, I'm going over here and I'm going to do this. I'm going to try that. And blah, 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 blah. Focus your lens. Your picture is always going to be blurry until you focus your lens. But you're right. It is very confusing. Thank you. Oh, it's my nurse is here. She knows. Thank you, Janice. Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's bad. Actually, it's much better now, but woo-hoo-hoo. It was just making my whole shoulder like totally weird, and I'm happy to know. So that's what it is. So mindset is best. I love it. Yes, amen. Paulette, this is another. Paulette's just got all kinds of, I'm like picking on Paulette tonight. Absolutely. Stress is so hard on our immune system, and we suffer when we are in constant, I call it emergency mode. When we're in constant emergency mode, you can forget healing. It's not going to happen. Your body's not going to heal under their circumstances. It's absolutely impossible for it to happen. So, yep, you're right. Is it safe to do the dirt way instead of, I don't know what that means. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I was like, dirt way. I don't know. It's a new diet I don't know about. I was like, oh my gosh, I never heard of that one. And if you guys notice, my bangs are driving me crazy. Is it safe to do diet instead of chemo? I would have to know a lot more about your situation. There is a time and place for chemo, of course. Am I anti-chemo? No. Just because I didn't do chemo doesn't mean that I am anti-chemo. They wanted me to do 12 months of chemo, and I said no. It just depends on where you're at in your journey and what treatments you have done, what types of surgery, what types of cancer, what stage. Is it active? Was it cured in surgery? I mean, there's like a billion questions. I would, Sparkle, of course, I love your name. I would highly recommend, I'm totally geeking out on your name right now. Okay. I would highly recommend that if that's a question for you, that you book a call with me, and I'll put the link. I'll put the link in the comments here in just a minute. You can go check that out. Right. Yeah. Yeah. You stress all day. Bless your heart. I'm sorry to hear that. That's something that we can totally address. So please reach out to me. I would love to talk to you personally about that. That call is free, by the way. My program is not free, but that call is absolutely free. And if I can help you, I will discuss how that works. So, yeah. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. You're welcome. Hi, Tracy. You can bet on it. You can bet on it. When this group says they're going to pray, they're going to do it. All right, let me drop that link in here, everybody. So free conversation. I'm going to put free convo with me with Leslie at this link. You know I'm stupid like that. You know I'm like kind of silly. I had somebody after one of these. Oops, that's not the right. Hold on, I can't do two things at once. Never could. That's not because of cancer or anything. / apply. Is that right? Yes. Okay. So there's the link there. If anybody wants to book that call, you're welcome to click on that link and get that call. Yeah. I can't remember what I was saying before that. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Okay. I am outie. I love you guys so very much. Thank you for all your engagement tonight. Hopefully, I look forward to speaking to some of you personally. I would love that opportunity. My door is always open. I'm always happy to speak with you about your journey. Just a couple of qualifiers. You do need to have active cancer. You do need to be in active cancer treatments, whether that's holistic or alternative or medical. You do need to, if you don't have active cancer or in active cancer treatments, then it's a year into remission. I'm happy to speak with you as well on prevention. Anything other than that, I am not taking clients under any other umbrella at this point. So I am absolutely packed to the gills of keeping up with our not getting a backlog. I hate when we get a backlog and people have to wait a week or more to get into the program. And so that is no good for me. So we're working really hard to remedy those problems right now. So we have narrowed the type of people that we work with. So if that's you and you're struggling in any way whatsoever through your cancer journey, then I am here to help you through that. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist with the emphasis and specialty on cancer, nutrition for cancer, for prevention, and for remission, and for going through treatments and keeping the body truly inhospitable by empowering that healthy cellular activity. I'm also a certified holistic cancer coach and a certified plant-based chef, along with about 20 other certifications that really, I'm not going to list them all. It's ridiculous. So, but here to love and serve you through this process. It is my livelihood. It is my professional business. And it all stemmed from that thing of taking something that was life-threatening and changing it into something that was life-changing. So if that interests you, hook me up. Hit me up. That's what I mean. Hit me up. We'll talk and see if there's something that I can do to help you. All right. Love you guys. Have a great evening. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate it. You're welcome, Kathy. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Dolly. Thank you, Anne-Marie, Yvette, Gordon, Eugene, Tracy. Oh, I already said that, but I'll say it again. Tracy, Carol. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. It's just a pleasure to meet every single one of you. And I hope that we have Paulette, thank you. I hope that we have the opportunity again very soon. I will be back here next Tuesday for more Cancer Coach Talks. Please share out and share with your friends. We appreciate it when you do. All right, you guys. Bye. Bye, Janice. Bye, Carol. See you guys. Bye, Jennifer. I love you. All right. Love you guys. Bye. Oh, hey. Oh, no, wait. Before you go, one last thing I have to say, and that's this. Cancer is not your destiny. Bye, guys.